What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. We have big news for you. This podcast is presented by Abercrombie today, and today is the last day, Monday, June 10th. It is the last day of the Dress Fest sale on Abercrombie. Francesca is wearing a beautiful dress from Abercrombie right now.
It's a little chilly in here, so I don't have
it's a bit chilly,
I have
but
a jean jacket on, but the jean jacket's also from Abercrombie.
yes, and I'm also in full Abercrombie jean shorts and a classic t-shirt, but this dress is so cute, and they have tons of cute dresses. I just got a cute little mini orange dress. I'm loving orange these days, so I can't wait to wear that. That's also from Abercrombie.
I mean, they just have amazing dress options right now. Like cute, summery, like fun, flowy maxi, but also like maybe if you want to go a little like sexy mini.
Right, like a little date night, little cute little mini.
Yep.
So many different options, from a maxi casual to a little more dressed up. We also know that they have their wedding guest selection as well. So right now is the last day to shop the sale, and you can use our code AFCHICKS to get an additional 15% off on that sale.
Yeah, which is awesome. So, like I said, last day, right now. Take advantage. AF Chicks. Also, their activewear dresses as well.
Yes.
Which I love, like easy to throw on, running errands, all those things. They're super cute, comfortable. All on sale. AF Chicks for that extra 15% off.
Yeah, so make sure you
go
shop. Don't miss out. Last day, don't miss out. Monday. If you're listening on Tuesday, sorry, you missed out.
Yeah.
That's why you got to listen on the day it comes out. Anyways, happy Monday, everybody.
Hello.
Happy Monday, sunshines.
Oh my God, you literally said happy Monday, and Noah just yawned so huge.
Yeah. And as I said, good morning, sunshines, and welcome to today's episode.
Today's Mondays.
Today's Monday's episode. How we doing today?
Great.
Got loafers on.
I do. I don't wear them often, but they are a staple piece.
I do.
I think these are the they're the Gucci ones. I got them as a birthday present years ago.
I do enjoy them,
and I bring them out every once in a while.
I feel like this is a cute, and I mean this as a compliment.
If I worked in a real office,
or as a teacher.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you would be everyone's favorite teacher.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I am definitely. I would appreciate. I like that compliment. Cool teacher vibes this morning.
Cool. Like you would be my favorite teacher. I'd be like, oh my God, she's so pretty and cool. Like I want to dress like her.
I wore sandals all weekend, and my feet were fucking killing me. Just like sometimes when you're just walking on flat. There's no arch support, no nothing.
Oh.
My flat feet.
Yeah.
It hurts. I mean, these aren't like.
Are you like extremely
great,
flat-footed?
Yeah. I stand and my arches collapse completely.
Interesting.
Yeah, my legs go inward.
I'm not quite. I think I'm also flat-foot. I got bunions.
You're a flat foot?
I think I'm not really. I have a hard time walking in heels. Without a platform, so I would think maybe I do have bunions.
Yeah.
So that's a different problem.
It's like
inherited from my grandma.
Well, I'm not gonna.
R.I.P. Grandma Betty.
Maybe gonna stand up and show you, but then I would be completely barefoot, which I don't need to do that on. I don't need to do that publicly.
Keep those loafers on. How was your weekend?
Exactly. So, but they're these. Once you break them in, they're comfortable. It just takes a while to break in. And that good leather.
Right. How was your weekend?
Lovely.
That's
beautiful.
Lovely.
I felt like it was my first summer weekend. Well, that's because it was my first summer weekend where I was taking full advantage. We had a beautiful weekend Friday. We all went to the Hozier show.
Yeah, how was that? How were you two hanging out on Friday?
Just fine. It's weird to make a weirder deal about it.
I'm not making a weirder deal. I was making a joke.
It wasn't just us.
Yeah, exactly. Kelly and Gio were there.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect.
Now it would have been weirder if it was just me.
Right.
Noah going to a Hozier show anyway, but that
would just be weird in general.
We would look like a couple. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Totally like a couple type. A lot of couples.
Yeah.
It's kind of
romantic.
Yeah. But it was lovely. We got drinks before. We all went to Forest Hills, which I'd never been to. Very cool, fun outdoor arena, stadium, whatever you want to call it. Is it tennis?
Tennis, but I don't know if they still play tennis there.
Yeah, I think.
But it feels like
I think
you're in
like once
Wimbledon.
a summer, there's maybe like it's something for tennis. I was looking
Yeah.
at the board, but like good food vendors, we didn't eat any of it, but it smelled good.
But it looked good.
It's really smelled and looked good.
Mm.
And I mean the show itself was awesome.
He's amazing.
He has the voice of an angel,
Yeah.
and he brought out
Boy genius.
one of the girls from Boy Genius,
Oh, nice.
Lucy. Now I think there's 2 Lucys.
I
the
had no
issue.
idea. Honestly, he like teased someone coming out, and we were all like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god!" And then he said the name, and people freaked out, and I was like, "I have
Oh,
no idea
Gia
who
lost
that
her
is."
shit. Gia was like freaking out. I was like, what is
Yeah, I'm
happening?
like, who is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
They're big.
They are, and I believe I think there's 2 Lucys and Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah.
But I think both of the other girls are named Lucy.
Wow. How do you end
Lucy-
up with 2 Lucys
Phoebe
in one
Bridgers,
group?
Phoebe and the Lucys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucy.
I mean, that's the bad part. That's what happens then. Then you just
Yeah.
become the Lucys.
She
Oh,
was
I also
good.
completely made that up.
There's no.
There's one Lucy.
Okay.
There's literally one Lucy.
So forget Phoebe and the Lucys.
Forget
Not
that I
happening.
said that at all. Why did who said something about there being 2 Lucys when we were at the show?
I didn't hear that.
Sounds like
Somebody-
you did.
No, somebody, or was somebody around us? I don't
said
know.
there's 2
So-
Lucys.
Yes, somebody around us.
It was a game of telephone.
Lucy Dacus is the one that
Okay.
came out. The other girl is Julian Baker.
Not to be confused with Lucy.
Correct. Correct. Julian, Phoebe Bridgers, and Lucy. Those are the 3 that make up Boy Genius. They came out. Lucy came out. They sang a song together. It was beautiful. And yeah, I mean, he played the hits.
Did he take you guys to church?
Sure did. Sure did.
That song just. It's like
I mean,
he transcends.
Yeah,
into
it was
another
also
universe.
it was also very windy. So I mean, his hair was just blowing.
Flowing.
Yeah, and he's so cute. After every song, he just goes, "Thank you very much." So in his accent, you know. Oh, thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Beautiful. He had a little acoustic set down at the what I like to call the B stage. Because that's like anytime I see that, it just makes me think of the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
B
The
stage.
B stage. Yep.
So he came back.
It was
did
cool
a
because you
little-
could see him run
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
on the side of the crowd. To
I
the
mean,
other
he's
stage.
just, and we know he's been in this studio. He's a large man,
Tall guy.
tall guy.
Yeah.
So when he was running, it was like, there he goes,
Lanky tall guy runs. Yes.
Exactly. Great band.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
great
And no
show.
one went back a second night. He loved
I
it
was
so
going to
much
say
he went
no
back
one
a second
twice.
night.
Was
Yeah.
the show on Saturday any different than Friday? Did he
The
bring
sho-
anybody out?
He did not bring anyone out,
Oh.
and the show was pretty much exactly
Pretty
the
much the
same.
same.
Although I was in GA, so it was cool too.
Experience.
I went by the B stage, and I will say, he left me hanging on a high five.
Oh,
And the person you were with, he high fived.
He high fived.
Were you
my
close
friends,
enough
and-
to? You were close enough to get a high five.
Oh, I was. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was. He high fived my friend on the way onto the stage. Then he was coming off the stage, and I was like, this like up high because I'm like he's tall.
Yeah, he's tall.
But I think he was only looking at the low
Yeah.
fives.
Yeah.
But he left
wasn't
me
looking
hanging
up.
so bad. I was like, I thought he was gonna do it.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, you got left hanging.
Yeah.
I know.
That's a tough one.
Right.
But yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, like I said, beautiful. I will say, I don't know. I think I'm past. It really depends on the show, but being in the seats, and they were, it's old, so it's like bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
But sitting and watching everybody in GA, I'm like, oh God, I just
Miss it.
like sitting so much more. I just don't know if I can do the whole GA thing.
It was a
Like
pretty
I used to.
relaxed GA. Like there were a lot of people just like there was grass and like
extremely.
sitting on the grass.
Yeah.
and
GA can
It wasn't
get
like packed or crazy.
GA can get crazy.
Yeah.
It can get really
Sometimes, like at a music
intense.
festival, I can handle it because there's so much open space, and if you need to like leave, it's just so many people. When it's like a tight, like it was a packed GA, at least on Friday night.
Yeah.
Like it was tight,
Yeah.
and when it gets a little tighter like that, that's when I.
It is
that's
funny
I get
too
a little
when
like,
he switches stages and you just can see like a sea of people like start running.
yeah,
in
yeah.
another
Everyone just
direction.
turns around and they run back.
The
other
cool
way.
thing about this GA though that I've never seen at a concert before was they had people walking through the GA with beer and drinks like as if it was a baseball game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So you
that's
didn't have to
nice.
leave.
That's good too because also you need like water and stuff in GA. Like
Yeah.
I remember when we went to Harry Styles at the Forum, GA.
Oh my God.
And that was
madness.
genuinely one of the most crazy things
Yeah, it
I
was
think we've
madness.
ever been a part of. Like,
We
like,
stormed a barricade.
no, there was a storming and we were stuck.
Yeah.
Like, and people were like,
But also that was
You
like
know.
the way they set that up was so stupid. They put a barricade across the middle of the floor, like trying to separate it into two sections, and the front section just wasn't full.
Mm-hmm.
So the people in the back section were like going to be like, "Fuck this!" Like we're just gonna stand back here. And then the barricade was eliminated completely. It was gone.
yeah, that was scary.
I just remember, like, before the concert started, everyone was, like, so tight together. So you're like, there's no room. And then the second the lights came down and he came out, all of a sudden, like, all this room opened up and people started sprinting forward. It was crazy.
It was scary. It was it was an experience that we'll never forget. How was the rest of your weekend?
Completely an experience. So fun. It was beautiful. I mean, Saturday was a beautiful
Gorgeous day.
Absolutely stunning day. It was Madeline's 30th birthday. She had a big birthday party
Big B-Day bash.
down the shore, which was a ton of fun. Shout out Take Your Shoes Off. They're, the band. They're
Yeah.
most of them, no, not most of them. Couple of them, I know for a fact, are like Jersey kids, grew up close to us. And they're so fun. Just like great vibe. Had the band going the whole afternoon. Just perfect, beautiful sunset.
It was a beautiful day.
Jolione's sandwiches, platters, delicious food, drinks. And then we went to Columns, had a great night,
Classic.
good band, and that was crowded. We waited in a long line, but it was like we knew wherever we got into line, and I was like, guys, if it's around the block, that's when we know we're kind of in trouble. Oh, it was around the block and further down.
Really?
And we stood in line. We got in line probably 9:45-ish. And we were like, all right, let's be real. If we try and go anywhere else, is it going to be that much better? And we were like, no, probably not. And we were a big group, like 25 people.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we're like, we just got to
Wait that
we got to
out.
wait it
Yeah.
out. And we did. We played a lot of categories, which is
It's almost like you're waiting online
so
for
fun.
a roller coaster at Universal.
Exactly. It made the time fly, but it did take almost an hour for us to get in.
Wow, that's wild. But dedication. And once you got in there,
When
it's
we
like,
got
woo!
in, it was
Sweet relief.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot of fun. But I'm new to categories that like so like say it's we're playing, right? The
Yeah.
four of us, and I say you guys come up with a number.
Yep.
1 through 10. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And so you give me like 7. You guys all say, I plug my ears, you say 7.
Yeah, weird.
And then-
I was going to say 7.
Yeah. Oh, man. Wow. And then like I look at you
Yeah.
and I say like types of foundation you've used.
Okay.
And you think of your rankings of foundation you've used and you think of what 7 would be for you. And
Oh.
you give me like you say,
Okay.
fucking some
Right.
7 worthy foundation.
Okay.
I look at Sarah, I say, Sarah, like, out of all the Hozier songs, like, what's a 7? I mean, I wouldn't know it's a 7. I'd say,
Right. And then you would guess that that's how you
Yeah.
figure out the number.
so I say, like, Hozier songs, and then Sarah thinks, okay, what's a 7 for a Hozier song?
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never
Yeah.
played that.
It's a lot of fun. And then when you like,
that will
I
make
feel like
time
that would
pass.
be
Yeah.
really hard to get. Like,
no, but you play with like, if you play with like 5 or 6 people, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
So you have enough samples that most people normally get it, I think. But it's a good test of like, you got to ask the right question.
Yeah,
You got to know the person. You got to know what like, you got to be very deliberate with the category you give to the person.
Right.
So like when I play it and Joe's in the group, it's easy because I'm like, I know.
Right.
Like Joe's answer is normally what seals the deal for me. So I always like save his one
Yeah.
for the end. But it's a lot of fun.
That is a fun
And
game.
we played it for literally a full hour with a bunch of people until we made it to the front of the line.
I'm going to keep that noted. I
Yeah,
like
it's a
that
fun game. Good
And
at well, I played it recently at a wedding, which was really fun for like the table
Mm-hmm.
when some people, even if you like maybe you don't know everybody, but you know some. It's kind of like a good icebreaker game
that is
too.
a good ice. Oh, well, I get to know me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That does sound fun.
So that was a lot of fun. We had a beautiful night, and I went to the beach for a little on Sunday. It was like rainy, but the sun came out, so we had a full.
Turned out to be a beautiful night.
Exactly, full afternoon. Took the train back to the city Monday morning, and here I am.
Full summer weekend.
Exactly.
There you go.
What did you do?
So Friday night, we actually drove to Red's Lobster Pot, which is in Point Pleasant, which is down at the shore.
Extremely close to where I was.
Yes,
a town over.
Which was so funny because literally it's like an hour away from where we live. So like we did this last year at the beginning and the end of the summer where we just drove there for dinner because it's so fucking good. Like really, really good seafood there. They have like this stuffed crab shrimp. Like it's unbelievable. So we were like, okay, that's what we'll do. We're gonna drive a little date night and go there. And I had posted that we were at Red's Lobster Pot and people were DMing me like, I thought you were waiting to go to the shore for your birthday. And I want to be clear, I did wait because I didn't go out. I literally just drove to dinner and then drove back. We drove past the house that we're staying at because we wanted to scope it out.
Yeah. How's it look?
Fantastic.
I was really confused because you sent that picture and I'm like, why is she in the Jersey Shore? Like,
yeah, right. I mean, it's not too far from us. Like, it's an hour. So we were like, okay, we're not doing anything else. We'll drive, get a glorious dinner, and then drive home, get some ice cream, classic date night. And that... Have you ever been there, Red's Lobster Pot?
No.
It's so fucking good. Like, it truly is.
Not to be confused with Red Lobster.
Not to be confused with Red Lobster. It's so good. It really is.
Now, I'm guessing they sell a lot of lobster.
There's lobster on the menu, but I didn't get lobster. We got a lobster roll. They're hot butter lobster roll.
Yeah,
they have both options, but I'm a hot butter lobster.
Same,
I know Noah's a mayo. I don't even. We don't even want to.
I also wouldn't call it a mayo. It's like cold. I would just say cold. Like,
but it's cold. The cold one is like cold
it has
mayo.
mayo.
I mean, it's mayonnaise. Yes.
I would go with hot butter.
It's like a lobster salad.
Yeah.
A lobster roll is what the cold one is. The hot lobster is just lobster on bread with butter.
No, it's a lobster roll though. It's a choice.
I had this argument.
They're both lobster.
They're both considered
rolls.
lobster rolls.
No, I know, but I'm saying like it's not even. You can't even compare them. They're two different things. Like the thing that I eat is like a real sandwich, and yours is just like hot lobster on bread with butter.
No, it's a lobster roll.
What qualifies a real? I mean, I could have turkey with nothing else in between white bread. That's still a sandwich.
No, I know. But to me, it's like they're completely.
But
different
on the
items.
menus,
They're not. The meat's the same.
Everywhere that I've
It's just like different condiments.
Everywhere that I've gone that has that's a lobster roll on the menu, it literally gives you the option hot or cold.
Lobster roll, hot or
lobster
cold.
roll,
Still
hot
lobster roll.
I would very much enjoy a hot lobster. Like I love lobster. It's just to me, it's like why wouldn't I just have a lobster at that point? Because it's the same thing.
Anyways, it was a really good hot lobster roll that I had.
Completely different things. One, you have to like fully crack open a full ass lobster to have, and it's also most of the time more expensive.
Oh yeah, well that.
Anyways,
it was good.
And it was
you
delicious.
had a delicious lobster roll.
It was really delicious.
And honestly, I'm jealous because I would love a lobster roll.
It was really delicious. And then drove back home, and then Saturday just hung out with some friends. Went to Hoboken, and I had like a realization that I've maybe graduated to I need to head more uptown.
Yeah. Look, it's a sad day, but it's a real day.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been there with a few of the bars that I've frequented, especially at the Jersey Shore, where I've said, you know what? I think it's time to hang up the shoes for this place.
Yeah, and I always told myself that I was never going to be that person that gets to like a certain age and says, oh, I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
Because I don't really, of course you're too old for some things, but I hate that sentiment when people are like, I'm so old, I'm so old, I'm so old.
It's not even that, like, the complaint is not like, oh my God, I'm too old. It's just like you want to be surrounded by peers.
People. Yes. And that's what it is.
Yes.
And so we went out with a couple of friends on Saturday, and we went to Hoboken, and it just felt like everybody was 15.
Yeah.
Like and this is the first time I have felt that way. And I don't know, maybe it was the night, like maybe it was like,
look, I'm telling you right now, this is also like an old lady thing to say, but these 21-year-olds are looking younger and younger.
They really are. Like I think that's also it. Like they were not 15.
Yeah, no,
but they looked.
It's crazy. To me, when I see a fresh 21-year-old,
yeah,
I'm like, oh my god, you look like a baby still.
So like everybody looked so young, and I was like, whoa.
And granted, there was probably, here or there's some underagers for sure.
Right. But
like,
I'm no narc.
Majority of 21-year-olds, like I look at them and I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
You're not 17?
Yes. And I just like had this feeling where I was like, okay, I think I've graduated to going to different places.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. It's not like you've aged out. You've just graduated to the next level.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's what I felt like. I'm just graduating.
Yep.
And
you're moving on up.
Yep. And that is okay.
Yeah. It is okay.
And yeah, like it just was. I just was like, it was it was the first time I was like, whoa. And you're so right. They just for some reason look so much younger now. And I don't know if it's because we're getting older or if they genuinely look younger.
Like, damn, these kids are looking young.
Right. I'm like, whoa.
I was in Columns Saturday night, and Columns I think is always a good mix.
Yeah.
At the shore.
I love a mix. Like I love a place that has all ages.
Yeah. Yeah. And some of Gia's friends were there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I am almost 5 years older than Gia. So it's like not crazy, but they're still middle of the ground enough now where I'm like, okay, I'm okay. When I'd start to dip younger, then that's like kind of been a barometer for me. And I don't know if that's just like an oldest child thing. Like when you have younger siblings, you're like, okay, if I'm in the ballpark of like where my siblings are, I'm okay. But once it starts to get younger, like when we're reaching younger than Gia, I'm like, oh boy, what do I even say to these people?
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And I feel that because I've always been the youngest. I'm the youngest child. I've always been the youngest here. I've always been the youngest of my friends. Like, so I think that to the point where it was like, if I'm feeling this way, then, we've reached it.
Yep.
So it was still a fun night, but it was funny. It was like more funny, like, oh, and then I started thinking about the shore, and I was like, I wonder how I'm gonna feel then. Like, and granted, like with the shore, it is kind of like mixed ages. It
is mixed, and it always depends on the weekend, depends on the night.
Yeah.
Like I will say the last time I went to Parker House, I was like, all right, I'm not quite sure.
Right.
Just depends on the night. Like, but we've talked about this already, and even like my sister went to Parker House. Obviously, Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I love cheese.
And she sent a selfie with her friend into our family group chat. And in the background, my brother was like, oh my God, is that our cousin? She had no idea.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And we were like, we could see him in the back corner, and we were like, oh my God, it is. And then she went up to him, whatever, and I was like, okay, if he's like at Parker House now, that it's too much for me.
Yeah.
Like these are like, because to me, especially with family members, my cousins, I'm like, these are like my baby cousins, and now they're all old and at the bar. I'm like, they don't need to be at the bar with me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I do think though there's a lot of places that have all ages, which is great.
Absolutely.
And it just some, and like you said, some weekends.
Yep.
But
holiday weekends are always a hot spot for like
I used to be like more like
younger crowd.
Oh, I want to like go out in Hoboken, whatever. And then this weekend I was like, I'm gonna go back to Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I want to go back to the city.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't know. So that was funny. And then Sunday was super chill day. I got like a good ass nap in. Like I had one of those like sink into the couch because we were like up late Saturday night, and that's the best on Sunday when you're like, you really feel like you deserve that nap, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking sleep so hard in this couch right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I hit the couch hard. And
I had a beach
felt great.
I had a beach nap on Sunday.
Wow. Can you fall asleep at the beach?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
And
of that.
I went, well, if I'm around a lot of people, sometimes no. But this was just a really a chill day. There's not around a lot of people, but no, I was out, like full blown drooling on my towel, like out.
That's
Yeah.
amazing,
I woke up
though.
and was like, whoa.
But that must have felt so
Like
good.
the towel print on my face.
Oh.
It did. It felt amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Really felt amazing.
I'm jealous of that. I can't fall asleep at the beach, but man, do I wish I could.
Laying your towel out behind your chair
Mm-hmm.
and snuggling up is it's just the best.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
It's just the best.
So nice weekends had all around.
Yeah.
Beautiful summer weekend.
Noah doubled up.
Doubled up on the hosier.
Yep.
Yeah. And now it's Monday.
It is.
And we're happy to be here.
Another beautiful week. It looks like it's going to be gorgeous this
Yes.
week in the city, which, is tough because all you want to do is be like at the beach when it's so beautiful like this. But it's going to be nice. This is like my ideal. Walking to work this morning, it was like 70 degrees, a little cool breeze, beautiful out. Beautiful. You got your pool. That's such a great asset.
I don't know. I really want to get to the beach, right? I really want to go to the beach this weekend. But I don't know what fucking beach to go to. I don't know what beach to go to on Long Island anymore. I don't know.
You just come with me.
Oh. I really wasn't fishing for an invite, but I'm so there.
That looks so much like you were fishing.
I honestly,
I don't know what beach to go to on Long Island.
Anyone,
I don't know
anyone
where
know what
Fran
beach-
lives.
Yeah.
Anyone
going to a beach this weekend?
I swear to God, I wasn't fishing for an invite. I'm just talking about,
Yeah.
Okay, growing up on Long Island, we used to have to lie about where we lived to get a beach pass.
Yeah, it is. It is. The politics of it all is
Of the
very
Long
interesting.
Island beaches
Yeah.
is fucking
Yeah.
terrible. So, growing up,
I've learned a lot about it.
yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Growing up, to get a beach pass on our car, our neighbors would conspire together and they would do this thing where they would like kind of trick the people to not put the pass on the car and use like maybe their grandparents' address. I forget exactly how it went down. And I honestly don't want to give logistics just in case they come and find us. And that's how we'd get a pass to go to the beach. Growing up. My parents and like they kind of aged out of getting like beach passes. Like we used to go to the beach growing up a lot more, but now they're like not trying to get to the beach. Like they'll just sit in our backyard. And lately I've just been like, what fucking beach do I go to on Long Island? Because I don't even know if you're allowed to go to the beach. Like you literally have to have a pass to go to the beaches.
Yeah, it is.
Crazy.
Most of the towns have their own passes, their own beach tags, or you like belong to one of the beach clubs.
Right. There's so many beach clubs. There's so many beach passes.
You could obviously go to like Jones Beaches. There's the public beaches, but those are packed.
No, yeah. And to be honest, I don't want to go there.
Robert Moses.
That's far.
Yeah, that's farther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From where I am.
I got you. You want to go to the beach? We can go to the beach.
I do want to go to the beach.
You're always welcome.
I know. I'm so intimidated by your beach crew. I've been a couple times. I've been like once or twice. No, definitely twice.
Yeah.
I've been definitely two times. And both times I was like really intimidated by the beach crew. It's
that's so
it's
fair.
like 20 like point like, and let me tell you, Point Lookout people, Long Beach people, I know they're separate crowds. I went to high school with them. They fucking run deep and they're very serious about the places they grew up in.
Yeah.
And they're not very like totally welcoming to outsiders. You got to really like work your way in, which you now have done. Of course.
It took me a while. I even still now, like I'm like the weekends when Joe's not around, I'm like, I can't go to the beach without you. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
At this point, you totally
He's
can.
Like, no, yes, I absolutely can. I feel way more established in for sure. I mean, this is my 8th summer.
Right. I would hope you feel comfortable going at this point.
Absolutely. So, yes, we can go. Absolutely.
Right. But once again, it gives me like
no, super fair.
And it's justified.
It is.
Like,
it is. No, you're not wrong.
The way they set up these chairs is like,
yeah.
It's a big fucking group. It's like they all line up. They all got their beans. They got their sandwiches. They got their
everybody's
people.
prepped. The chairs.
They got,
what seat are you in? What side you go to?
Like you don't want to step on any toes.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. So yeah. Question.
But we'll go.
We'll go. We'll go eventually.
Yeah.
Thank you. I once again was not fishing for an invite, but thank you very much. Yep. Happy to be included. What's one thing that growing up you like really wanted to have as an adult? Like you were like, when I grow up, I'm gonna have that. Maybe it's something you didn't
Yeah.
have.
I feel like it would have something to do with like food, but I'm not like a ice cream machine or like something. Like,
Oh, okay.
like something silly, like
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
like the people that had like a popcorn machine in their house, or like
Right.
not
Like you
even
saw
like
it on Cribs.
not even like a massive one.
You saw it on
Yeah,
MTV
yeah, yeah,
Cribs.
yeah,
like,
yeah. Yes.
yeah, I get.
Where I'm like, when I'm old enough, I want to buy one of those.
Right. For me, because Matt and I were talking about this yesterday, for me, it's an in-ground pool because I grew up most without a pool.
Yeah.
And then like going into kind of, I think like when I was going to high school, we got an above ground pool. And people really make fun of above ground pools. They call them trashy, you know, whole thing, having an above ground pool, whatever. And I was always like, kind of like embarrassed of my above ground pool, you know, because people made fun of it.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
like make fun of above ground pools.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like I'm like shedding an armor right now talking about the fact that I have an above ground pool at my parents' house on Long Island, because people really made fun of you for having an above ground pool. And it feels like I'm really letting something off my chest right now talking about it. So for me, it was like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be able to get an in-ground pool.
Yeah. The pool dream.
So I
was
hope I get there one day.
yeah, the pool dream was always. I feel like it's such a big
it's
like
a common-
kid dream for
Yeah.
sure. Because if you went to a friend's house that had especially an in-ground pool,
an in-ground pool with a slide.
yeah, you were like, holy fucking shit, this
Yeah.
is luxury.
I thought they
Like,
were the richest
yeah,
people on
yeah,
earth.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I was like, oh my
you
god.
go home and you were like, I want a pool.
Oh, it was such. I was like, oh, we have an above ground pool. And granted, I now love the fact that there's any sort of pool at my
Yeah.
parents' house, because I can go lay on a float and catch the rays, and it's great. But growing
especially
up,
during peak hours.
especially during 11 to 2. But growing up, it was definitely something people make fun of you for.
Yeah, when you got that invite for that play date for your friend's house that had the pool, especially in the summer, you were living large.
Yeah, the in-ground pool.
You were fucking pumped.
Nobody was excited to come to
I felt
my
the same way
above
about
ground pool.
trampolines.
Trampolines.
Like my friends who had trampolines.
Did you guys have like pool? I guess clubs. Like they're not necessarily like a country club,
Yeah.
because obviously like there are country clubs that
Yeah.
have pools, but just like
Public
places that were
Public
just pools.
Yeah, and like water park pools.
Yes.
Yes.
Because there was like certain town pools
Yes, there
that
were.
people were members at. And when I would get invited to like go to like the Madison pool or
Mm-hmm.
like any other pools, I was like, fuck yes. Because those are the pools that had the slides.
Yes.
The New Providence pool was a great one.
Yeah.
The super high diving board.
Right, yeah.
Like those were the ones
Those
you
were
were like, holy shit. I'm so excited to go to those ones.
Yes. There was one summer we hit Wantagh Pool pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, especially when you were the age when you started to like boys, and then you were like, oh my God, like so and so belongs to that pool. Like, what if we see him?
Yeah, but that was a whole other thing where I was just like I didn't want any boys to know I had an above ground pool. I'm so serious. Like kids are mean. They really make fun of you for that.
No,
sort
I
of
know, but
thing.
I'm saying a pool. Like if you were going to, you have it. It's Friday. It's a half day
Yeah.
for some reason. You know for whatever reason, school's a half day.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like obviously summer and you don't have
Yeah.
school, but like those early June days when you would get like random half days,
Mm-hmm.
and your friend would invite you to her pool,
It was so
and you'd
sick.
be like, "Fuck yeah!"
It was so sick. I mean, I just want to thank my parents in general for getting us any sort of pool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shout out to them for even making any sort of pool happen. You know, they were
Yep.
like, we got to get these kids like some pool.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. One time I was invited multiple times, but this was one time I'm thinking of. We went to this girl's pool. She had an in-ground pool. And this is when I was still keeping like my modeling stuff like a secret. And I was on a side of a bus. Like my picture was on the side of a bus. And one of the parents called my house being like, do you know Maria's picture is on the side of a bus? Like left a voicemail.
Yeah.
And my parents like we're like, do we call back? Do we not call back? Like my parents always told me, like, don't tell anybody. Like only my best friend knew. Like I didn't tell anybody I was doing this. And went to the girl at the in-ground pool's house, and her mom was like putting sunscreen on everybody, and she like grabbed me and started putting sunscreen on my face, and she looked me in the eyes and she goes, you know, Maria, all models wear sunscreen. And I was like, like it was like her way of being like
she knew,
and like kind of like, but it was like devious. Like it wasn't like, it was literally like a TV show. She was like,
it's like Spider-Man.
All
like
models wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
Like she caught me. Like I'm a little girl, and you're an adult mom. Yeah.
Sometimes ladies are ruthless.
Yeah, it was like an old, like ruthless older lady.
Yeah.
But
like,
very nice.
I know your secret.
Right. Very nice in-ground pool.
She had a lovely pool.
Very nice in-ground pool. Very nice. Anyways.
So that's how you would know.
Right.
A lovely pool.
Lovely in-ground pool. Okay, anyways, moving on. Let's get into the topics for today's show. We're going to talk about Sabrina Carpenter's new song, Please, 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 and the music video, of course. Ariana Grande put out the Boy Is Mine music video with Penn Badgley, which I have a lot to say about that, honestly. I haven't seen anybody talk about it, and I got something to say. Actors on Actors interviews have been released. We'll talk about those. And we have the weekly watch report. So let's get into it, starting off with the topics. Woohoo! Here's the thing. Abercrombie literally has the best dresses. Fran is wearing one of the dresses right now, black with white polka dots, super cute for the summer. I just got a new Abercrombie dress that is a tube top. It's orange. It's a little mini dress. Can't wait to wear it for a nice little date night. Maybe I'll wear it to recording. So many different ways to wear it, and they have so many different options.
The dresses are so cute right now.
So cute. So many different options.
Casual,
I bought more
from the
a little
sale.
more dressed up, and right now the sale is going on until today, so you can use code AFCHICKS to get an additional 15% off right now. Today is the last day of the sale. It's the dress destination right now, Abercrombie. They have all the dresses you can imagine for every single occasion, whether that's casual, whether that's work, wedding, so many different dresses that you need to be shopping right now, or else you're going to miss out. Don't miss out on the sale. Use AFCHICKS for an additional 15% off and get those dresses.
I feel like it's such a dress summer.
It is.
Like this summer, I feel like it's the summer of dresses. You know, I just want to wear cute dresses every day.
Me too. I just
so easy.
love an easy dress in the summer. Throw it on, walk out the door looking cute.
Exactly.
Thanks to Abercrombie.
Exactly.
Sabrina Carpenter's new song and music video is out. Please, please, please. Fantastic song. I'm so obsessed with it. Love it. And then she did the music video with Barry, and people were freaking out over that. It was funny because the song is like, don't embarrass me, you know, heartbreak's one thing, my ego's another. I beg you, don't embarrass me, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And she put her boyfriend.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
It has a little country twang to it.
It does, even though she's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And people were.
So is Taylor Swift.
That is true. Could be country. Mm-hmm. And people were just talking about the funny dynamic of that because she put her actual boyfriend in the song.
Yep.
And now the song and the music video will never age badly because even if they do break up, she was in the song being like, you better not embarrass me.
Yep.
But here's me acknowledging that, like, I've heard some things.
Yep. I loved it. Awesome. Great surprise. She had teased a new song, and obviously she also shared that she has an album coming out in August, which is very exciting. But it was like, bam, here's the music video, and Barry's in it. And we've got this whole, like, criminal, or even, like, criminal team dynamic. He keeps getting put in jail. She's bringing him out. And then, you know, she kind of flips the script a little bit at the end, but perfectly matches, you know, the tone of the song of like, hey, fucking watch yourself. Like, I can make excuses for you, but, you know, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I also, like, there was one line about, like, her saying, like, it's just his culture, like, whatever, you know? So I was like, damn, maybe he has that classic Irish sense of humor, and some people don't get it. She's making excuses for him and all those things, but awesome video.
Such a good video. Gave me chills. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
There's a couple parts of the song where I'm like, ooh, this really just like scratches my brain just right. Like right in that spot right there. It's like, ooh, I have a scratch. Ooh, you got it, Sabrina. You got it right there. That's how I feel about the song. It was a perfect follow-up to Espresso for me because Espresso was so big that I think you have to follow up with something equally as big, if not bigger. And I felt like the music video kind of, you know, propped this song right up. Like the song itself is great, but I think the music video is what made everyone start talking about it initially because we got her and Barry together.
And it's so great when artists do put in the effort and get the, obviously, I mean, it's her boyfriend, but get a big star, whatever it is. And I mean, it's the same with, we'll talk about it with Ariana Grande, but like putting in the effort to make the music video really pop.
Yeah.
Because all music videos, I feel like, used to be like that. And we've kind of fallen off the art of the music video, I feel, sometimes. Only like the really big stars do big music videos, I feel.
Right. We had this discussion Saturday night. We started playing some of the best music videos because I had also was talking about that. Like, what happened to
full-blown movies?
The music video.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's what MTV was all about. VH1, the music video. And yeah, we've fallen off that a little bit. But hey, maybe we're bringing it back.
Yeah, I thought that was so good. It's really fallen into, and I think everybody had like, I saw some people who were like, look, I've always been on the Barry train, or this music video put me on the Barry train. You know, I saw a mix because there's been like, and we're very much in this realm of, we were talking about it last week, not on the podcast, but hot rodent boyfriend. Hot rodent boyfriend summer. Hot rodent summer. There's a lot of different terms being thrown around. It's a hot rodent summer. Hot rodent boyfriend. Rodent summer.
Rodent summer.
So
I was confused because I thought everyone was on the Barry train after Saltburn. Like, I thought people were jumping on after Saltburn.
I think it was mixed after Saltburn still.
Yeah, and now I'm realizing people were grossed out by him after Saltburn. But I thought it was like everyone was jumping on the Barry train after Saltburn. So that confused me to see everybody jumping on now. I was like, I thought we've been on this train. But apparently not everyone was on the train.
Not everybody, but the hype around it is real. There is a name for it. I mean, this is an article from The Guardian that was posted today. Headline: The hot rodent boyfriend, why Gen Z has gone wild for sexy rat guys. What? From Timothy Chalamet to Josh O'Connor, many of the world's most famous men are being compared to vermin this summer, and it's meant as a compliment.
I was going to say, I don't know if these men are particularly excited to be compared to rodents all summer.
Oh, man.
But hey, it's a compliment. Don't worry. It's a compliment.
Oh my God, this article is written. This article is hysterical. Who wrote this? Name, hot rodent boyfriends. Age, brand new. Appearance, imagine if vermin were sexually attractive. What do you mean, imagine? I can see you've been reading online Ratatouille fan fiction again, but this isn't about sexy rats. It's about famous men who look like sexy rats. And then this says, there are men who look like sexy rats? The answer, oh boy, there sure are. Timothy Chalamet, total sexy rat. Barry Keoghan, what a sexy rat that man is. Jeremy Allen White, sex on 4 tiny legs. Josh O'Connor, he could scurry up my drain pipe.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Mike Fast. I don't know how you say him. Both men from Challengers are on the list of sexy rodent boyfriends.
They both are rodent-y.
Yeah. So he's on that list as well. I think Matty Healy probably falls as the origin of this. Mm-hmm. He really is. He's up there for sure. But yeah, I mean, just Googling rodent boyfriend and seeing like the news articles that have come up are hysterical. Where did the hype over hot rodent men come from? Gen Z reveals new viral obsession, hot rodent men. It's the summer of the hot rodent boyfriend. What? Hot rodent boyfriend summer is the internet's new obsession.
Well, okay then.
So, you know, I wonder how these men feel about that, because it is meant as a compliment, but at the same time, they're being called rats.
I feel like they're probably a little bit in between.
Right. You got to like embrace it.
Yeah. Like they're, I could see them all
I guess
acting
it's better
like,
than like people calling them ugly, right?
right, like oh, they're ugly hot.
yeah,
You know, that's basically what they're saying.
Yeah.
Though, with rodent,
right,
like they're just trying to find a nicer name for ugly, but rodent isn't better than that.
right.
Do you remember the Tale of Despero?
Yes, yes. Animated movie. Yeah,
Yeah, or book. Was it a movie or
Could be
was it
both.
just a book?
but I think it was definitely a movie.
Really?
Yeah. He's a rat, a mouse.
He's a mouse.
I was gonna say, feel like he's a mouse.
It was a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and aw, he was cute.
He was cute.
The Tale of Despero, and
Mice arguably much cuter than rats. So
oh yeah, oh Matthew Broderick played Despero.
Despero versus Stuart Little. Who you got?
You know what? I saw someone talking about this the other day on a video I saw where they were like, honestly, if my parents came home with Stuart Little, I'd be kind of pissed too.
Yeah.
Like, you just kind of kick me to the side and you only care about Stuart.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fucked up.
It was.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
Man, I
He's
remember being
also a mouse.
I,
The rat-
oh, wow. They're really playing Tale of Despero a lot on June 19th on Stars coming up.
Oh,
There's 3 different
lot
showings.
of lot of programming.
A lot of
updates.
programming for the Tale of Despero coming up. Box office, 86 million.
When did that movie come out?
2008. I just remember
2008.
I just remember really loving the Tale of Despero and then totally forgetting about it until this very moment.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
you like
thinking about
totally
movies
black out a movie and then all of a sudden you're like,
with
wait.
mice, Ratatouille.
I
Well,
remember
Ratatouille's a rat. Obviously.
I remember the book more. Yeah, the Tale of Despero.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, he's a rodent.
Certainly.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah. Yeah, the Remy Ratatouille cracks me up. Joe watched Ratatouille on the on the plane to Paris. It was like a perfect. He was like, "I'm gonna watch. We're headed to Paris. I'm gonna watch Ratatouille."
I've never seen Ratatouille, and we talked about this.
Let me tell you, of all the movies that you have, like the movies that you've revealed to me you haven't seen, that you like, Ratatouille. I'm telling you, Ratatouille is top of the list.
Can I admit something? I always thought that Ratatouille was the name of the rat.
Mhm.
I didn't know Ratatouille was a dish.
Yes, it is a vegetable dish.
I
Yes,
just
it
found
is.
that out
Yeah,
right now.
and the rat's name is Remy.
You just found out right now that Ratatouille.
Oh, yeah,
is the name
I
of
I've
the
never
dish?
seen it either.
I mean, I'm not shocked. I only
Neither of you have seen Ratatouille?
I only found out this year.
Sarah, have you seen it? Oh my fucking God. It's one of the best animated movies, I think, ever.
And now, what does it have to do with Ratatouille the dish? And what's his name?
Remy.
Remy the
Oh,
rat.
that sounds familiar.
He's Remy.
Yes,
And
okay.
he's Linguini is the chef.
Yes, right.
And-
And Ratatouille is a vegetable dish,
Yes,
a veggie dish.
Yes. So
Have
Linguini
you, ever
is
have you ever had Ratatouille?
Yes. We had some in Paris. we
Wait,
had
it's a
to,
real
obviously.
And how was it?
It's delicious. It's like a kitchen sink type dish where you like kind of throw all the veggies together in a sauce. I feel like traditionally it's in like a red sauce.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And it is delicious. We had some the last night of our last night in Paris. We went to a restaurant and it was on the menu. We said we got to get it.
It is funny that when you search Ratatouille, it's a mixture of the dish Ratatouille and the movie.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
movie's more popular than the dish.
The airports they were selling like stuffed animal Remy's. I almost bought one, but I already have a Remy that can talk that I bought at Disney.
Oh, okay.
You squeeze
yeah,
its
you
hand.
don't-
You squeeze its right hand. It says, "Hey, I'm Remy in English," and then you squeeze its other hand. He speaks in French.
I was originally going to say you need that, but then to find out you already
No,
have
I
a
already
Remy,
have one. I
Then
already have one.
you don't need to.
Joe was like, "Please do not buy that again." Well, because they have a ride at Epcot, Ratatouille ride. It's awesome.
When did they get that?
It's new. It's new. Relatively new. But Linguini can't, he's a chef, but he's terrible. And Remy
Helps him.
can cook.
He's like a
The
ghost-
rat can cook?
He's the ghost cook, right?
Anyone can cook. And so he's a cook. So he you know, Remy sits in Linguini's hat and kind of like controls him, and he becomes a better chef. They become unlikely friends.
A Tale of Unlikely
It's a
Friends.
whole big thing because the restaurant they're working at, they were trying to impress the scary restaurant critic.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Maybe I'll watch tonight
It's a fantastic
or this week.
movie.
I don't want to like promise that I'll watch tonight, but this week.
Yeah. I highly, highly recommend.
Should I watch it on the plane to London?
You could. You totally
No,
could.
you gotta watch like Notting Hill.
Like snuggled up.
yeah,
Like,
something more British.
like I'm just like, I'm gonna fall asleep to Ratatouille.
Yeah. It's an all-time favorite.
Damn. Okay. Well, sorry to disappoint you, and I'll get on that. Ratatouille
And it's
top of the
funny
list.
because Josh O'Connor, who was on the Hot Rodent Boyfriend list, fucking loves Ratatouille. He talks about it all the time.
I feel like he kind of looks like the chef in
He
Ratatouille.
does. If they made a live action Ratatouille, Josh O'Connor has to play Linguini. Has to. They look the same.
You know what's so crazy? He is like so opposite of his character in Challengers.
Yeah.
Like that man might be one of the best actors ever because
He's so good.
he's so opposite when I hear him talk in real life of like
Yeah.
who he plays in that movie.
I mean,
Which I
even
guess
just
it
from
is
playing,
acting.
even just from playing Prince Charles, like on The Crown, to
Yeah.
playing,
It's just
he's got
wild.
range,
He does have range.
and they did so much press for Challengers, and Ratatouille was mentioned often by him because they also did a letterboxed. You guys get those TikToks of like for favorite movies.
Yeah.
And he put Ratatouille on his, and everyone like freaked out.
Maybe they
It was
are
a
making.
great pick.
Maybe he's trying to like hint that they are making a live action Ratatouille, and he will be
He
playing
wants to
Linguini.
play Linguini.
That
Yeah.
could be something.
That'd be weird. A live action Ratatouille. Like then it's like a
It's
real
great.
rat.
I actually believe his name is Alfredo Linguini. If I remember
Classic.
correctly.
Is he an Italian chef?
I don't know if they ever really say. Alfredo Linguini, yes. I mean, one would assume he is
He's an
Italian with a
chef
name like that.
that moved to Paris.
Working in a Paris restaurant. Yeah. Anyway, that's my spiel on watching Ratatouille. But yeah, the boyfriends, it's in.
Can I admit something?
Yeah.
Not
into it.
No, that has nothing to do with that.
Oh, something else. Okay. I thought it was still on. I thought we were still on Hot Rodent Boyfriend.
No, it's totally off subject, and I'm gonna bring it up.
Okay.
So in Europe, how because we were just talking about Alfredo Linguini from Italy to Paris, that's such a short trip.
Mhm.
It's maybe a 2-hour flight.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy that they're all different countries, because in the United States, flying to Florida is like 2 hours, but it's the same
You're
country.
still in the U.S. of A.
Yes.
We're united.
It's just wild to me. Like it just, I know that may sound silly.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
A
but
lot.
it is.
But it is wild if you think about how
That is-
quickly in Europe they could all jump from country to country,
Yeah.
but in here we're jumping state to state and it's taking the same amount of time. But
Right.
they're not different countries.
Yeah, but in a way, it's like that's why when we're in Britain.
Yeah, Brexit was such a big deal.
That was
Yeah.
like a big deal because it's like
European.
I think that's why it is harder for people to travel, or I think it's a little harder like if you're in a British citizen because now you're not part of the EU if you want to go to other countries.
Right. You have
Right.
your passport as right. You can go live in
'Cause
another country. You can work. It's
Yeah.
totally fine. You can live there. It's fine. It's like obviously we moved to Florida. Like we can still.
Exactly.
We have nothing changes like
Right.
that way for us. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yes. I mean,
It is just kind of funny to
we
think
have
about.
more continental space.
It's just kind of funny to think about.
You should
know?
watch that movie Civil War because that kind of is like what
Europe is
basically
smaller.
like what if America wasn't united, and
Yeah.
then each state is kind of like a
Yeah,
country,
it's
like-
kind of
Yeah.
that would be quite a lot of countries.
That is what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not was not out of the realm of possibility
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was just a little thought that I had.
Yeah.
Sorry. Moving on. Ariana Grande released a new music video with Penn Badgley for The Boy Is Mine. Question. Wasn't Penn Badgley talking about how he didn't want to really do any more romantic roles because of his wife?
Correct. He definitely did say that at some point in the last couple of years for sure.
Like recently he said this, right?
Yep.
And so that's why I was kind of just shocked to see him in this music video.
Mhm. That's fair. But maybe a music video doesn't count. I feel like a music video is a one-off, maybe a couple day shoot you know? And maybe he didn't want to play another role or get another character on a TV show that could last seasons and years of him being romantically involved on camera with somebody else.
And
Could just be levels to it.
Maybe his
Right.
wife's a big Ariana Grande fan.
They were, he's been filming season 5 of You, like around our parts.
now here's the problem. I can't find these articles now
Oh.
about him saying
No,
this.
but you said
But
that, and
it rings a bell,
it
right?
does,
Like-
100%. But was it definitely? No, it was totally him.
it was totally him.
Totally him.
And now I'm like,
Because he said he was talking about looking forward to like when You would be over. I feel like
yes. And now, oh, okay.
found something.
Okay. It was about sex scenes.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
That is,
It was take something with less sex scenes.
yeah, I think that's more of what it was. Okay. That makes a ton more sense.
Yeah.
Important to me in my real life to not have them. Totally. He said, when he asked to clarify what he means, Badgley responds, my fidelity in my relationship is important to me, and actually it was one of the reasons that I initially wanted to turn the role down. I didn't tell anybody that, but that is why. His wife encouraged him to play Joe, and he wasn't going to listen to anyone more than her.
Yep.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Totally.
But originally, I think when that article came out, it was kind of spread as like him not doing romantic
Right.
romantic-y roles anymore.
Right.
But that would
So a
make
lot
more
of times,
sense.
like they come hand in hand,
Yes.
especially if you're like on like a Netflix show or something.
Yes. So,
They love throwing sex in those.
right. Just random, like unneeded sex
Yep.
scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. That clarifies it a bit. Because I was like, oh, he'll jump at the chance for Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
I did see Ariana Grande's going on his podcast, so it was a little scratch my back type.
Yeah. That's yep. That's good. That's some good networking right there.
That is.
And it's smart. Smart for both of them.
Yeah.
Good music video. Another another good music video.
Speaking
There-
of rats,
What?
that music video.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yes, very true. I was like, what? But
yeah.
the craze over real life couples working together will never die. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like Sabrina and Barry, people are just going to lose their shit because they're together in real life.
Mhm.
And here they are working together, which really shouldn't be that crazy. And everyone should,
I know people are freaking
But
out.
people lose their shit. So that music video far overpowered the discussion online over like Ariana and Penn Badgley in a music video.
Which I think would have gotten way more discussion
Totally.
if Sabrina didn't release that music video
Yeah.
the same day.
It's just what happens.
Today, reminder, today is the last day of the Dress Fest sale at Abercrombie. You don't want to miss out on the sale, guys. All of the cutest dresses you can imagine. We just dubbed this summer a dress summer, a mini dress summer, a long dress summer, maxi dress, casual dress, dress up dress, whatever dress that you want. It's the summer of dresses, and you don't want to miss out. It's the last sale day for the Dress Fest, and we have an additional code AFChicks for an additional 50% off the sale. So you already have the dress sale going on today, and then you add our code AFChicks right on top of that, you're getting even more of a sale. You don't want to miss out on the cutest dresses of the season because you want it to be easy, you want it to be comfortable, you want it to be a dress summer. So walk out the door, throw on your Abercrombie dress, say thank you to us, say thank you to Abercrombie, and use the code today.
Totally.
Because it's the last day of the sale.
And they've had a bunch of other stuff on sale right now as well. The dresses are on sale. And you can check out the website, see what else is on sale right now. Their denim is
The best.
the best.
I got the shorts on right now.
I was wearing my jean shorts all weekend long. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I had those
The
jean
best.
shorts on. They're great. They have super cute. Now it's very trendy. Those like the low rise jean shorts.
I have a pair. I love them.
So cute, comfortable. Jeans, denim, active wear. They also have too. like just all the best stuff at Abercrombie.
All the best stuff. So make sure you shop it. Use code AFChicks for an additional 15% off.
Like imagine how people would lose their mind. And people, I saw so many comments like hard launch. I mean, it's not in real. I mean, I guess that is what qualifies a hard launch, is when they work together or do something like that. But Barry and Sabrina have been on carpets. They've been at they've been doing a ton of stuff out together. Same, I feel like if Taylor and Travis they've been out obviously public. We all know that they're together, but if Travis was in a music video, people would melt.
Right. People
I thought you were about to say.
They wouldn't know how to control themselves.
lose their minds.
Completely.
Do you think there's any chance that happens? I don't.
I don't as well. I don't really think she would do that.
But she also might not want to act with another man in a music video at this point.
Yeah. But I feel like Justin Bieber has said stuff like that, and then he's at other people in music videos.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
Like, it's like, yeah, you don't necessarily want to have it be somebody else, but for the sake of,
Yeah, well, he did
project.
Like he did SZA's music video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
But it would be wild.
Right.
It totally would be wild. Now, I think Ethan Slater falls into rodent boyfriend, no?
I mean, not
but then you're
certainly
like that-
not hot rodent boyfriend.
Yeah, that's like doing a disservice to all the other.
Right.
The hot rodents?
To the
Yeah,
hot
if you're
rodents.
putting Ethan Slater in the same category as the hot rodents, then we gotta just light the group on fire.
Gotcha.
Sorry,
I was trying
that's
to be nice.
Awful of me. That was not nice, Maria. It was really not nice. Apologize.
Well, they went to the Florida Panthers game. They looked like they had a lovely time.
Listen, they're happy, smiling
Yeah.
together.
Yep.
Nobody really knows what happened. Everyone could assume this happened, that happened, whatever. They look like they're happy together.
Yeah.
And so let them be, you know?
Why wasn't he in the music video with her? Imagine. Instead of
Because he
Penn
doesn't
Badgley.
have what it takes to be in a sexy music
Do you
video.
think he sees Penn Badgley and he's like, damn. Like,
No, I think they're...
We got to.
What?
No, I'm having the same thoughts. They're just not coming out of my mouth. I was like, it's just. He probably
Listen,
would think that for literally anybody.
Like, here's the thing.
Well, now we're being mean.
No,
we're being mean.
I'm about to make
We're
up
being
for
mean.
it.
Okay.
I'm about to make up
Yeah.
for it. The reason we see him this way is because of the SpongeBob thing.
Yeah.
I honestly think that
If he wasn't SpongeBob, it'd be
it's
different.
just easy to go SpongeBob. It's easy to make that joke right into SpongeBob. I don't think we'd be making these jokes so easily if it wasn't for the SpongeBob thing. It's like, oh, it's friggin' SpongeBob. You know, that's why I go there.
No, I've
not
literally never
nice.
even heard this man talk. So
Yeah.
we don't know him.
I
at all.
have
We
because
don't
I
know
saw
him at all.
SpongeBob on Broadway.
Exactly, but you saw him as SpongeBob.
And that is the problem I'm having, is that I saw him as SpongeBob.
You are having trouble separating the man from the art.
I am. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it was nice of you to include him.
Yeah, I thought I would accept, and then it was like, you know what? Fair.
it's like Timothy Chalamet's like, whoa.
Well, it's funny because I know Timothy Chalamet falls in the category, but I also don't think Timothy Chalamet falls in the category. I think Timothy Chalamet is very handsome. But I guess they're all very handsome.
I think they're all just short.
They're not
But they're
short.
not all
Timothy
short.
Chalamet's not short, I don't think.
I feel like he's not tall.
I think Timothy Chalamet is 6 foot something.
No.
There's no
Yeah,
way.
there's no way. I
There's
don't know
no
why.
way.
I don't even know what I'm saying. Things I don't even believe.
This says 5'10". Yep, I would say he's
Yeah.
probably
Mike Fast? How do you say his name? Feist?
that says he's 6 feet. So yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say
Josh
there's
O'Connor's
the
6'1", maybe.
Challengers guys aren't super short.
Yeah.
So it's a
But
mix.
it's like, why isn't Tom Holland a rodent?
Well, 'cause Tom Holland doesn't have that look.
Yeah. I guess it's
Just
what
because
is
you're
the look?
short doesn't put you in the category.
Yeah, it's more of a facial features.
But yes.
Yeah.
It's I think it's it's maybe a nose thing.
Mike Fast definitely looks like a rodent. I'm looking right now.
Well, they all have, and They all have beady eyes.
All right, moving on.
We can't talk about this anymore.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is not in the category.
No,
he's
Tom
not.
Holland is not. Tom Holland's fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, no rodent would be cast as Spider-Man.
Shit. Okay. Oh.
They bring this on themselves by the Gen Z. This is Gen Z's fault.
Yeah, they're all, you know what? They're mean.
This is Gen Z's fault.
And
They labeled them all, and they do mean it as a compliment because they're fucking obsessed with these guys.
They're mean as a compliment, but let me tell you, they're meaner than what we said on here about.
Right. Well, because they looked at these people and went, oh, they all look like rats, but we'll call them hot. And we
like
love
we're
them.
attracted to them.
Yeah.
We're attracted to these beady little rats.
Mm-hmm.
So that we're blaming them, not us.
Yeah.
Not us.
Nope.
Moving on. Every time we talk about Ariana Grande's boyfriend, I feel
And
fucking
shout out
bad.
all the people who liked all these guys before it was cool. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's not like being in love with Timothée Chalamet is news to the world.
No. I mean, Club Chalamet,
She's been there from the start.
yeah, of course. But where was she on 9/11?
What? Is that a thing?
Wait, you guys don't remember?
Oh, yes.
You don't remember what happened on when she posted about 9/11?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Now I feel like I have to give some context.
No, yeah, you do. Because I forgot.
I'm like,
Is it worth explaining?
it's just know I wasn't making it insensitive.
No.
Basically, Club Chalamet on 9/11, she had a very, very wacky tweet.
Yeah.
And what happened was she wrote, like, in July 2001, I turned down a job opportunity that was located on the 102nd floor of the World Trade Center. And she ended up turning it down. So basically on 9/11, she tweeted about, like, oh, it could have been me. Like, I was.
Right, it could have been me.
It was almost me.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, wait a second. If you were almost working at the World Trade Center in 2001, how fucking old is Club Chalamet? Like,
I feel like that's what established she is an older woman.
No, that's what happened though. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
everyone realized.
That's why
They were
everyone realized, like, uh-oh.
wait, Club Chalamet is like a 50-something-year-old woman.
She was in the workforce in 2001.
Right. So everyone was
Yeah.
like, wait a second. That's what the joke was,
Right.
that everyone was like, okay, wait, besides this weird tweet in general, we now just realize that Club Chalamet is 50-something or 60-something years old.
Right.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. Actors on actors. Love this time of the year. Love when they do actors on actors. Your guy, Nicholas Galzatine, and Noah's guy, Leo Woodall. They had.
I do like them both.
I do like them both too.
But which one, if you had to pick?
Oh, Nicholas is not even
Really?
close.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn.
Galatine. Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on that.
I mean, I love Leo Woodall for sure. And I loved One Day. I don't know. This hasn't aired. The trivia question that we had about One Day was on the one that hasn't come out yet, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah.
If it was from Friday, because whatever.
Oh,
anyway.
Yeah, I can't.
I had said, like, that show emotionally wrecked me so much that I've, like, blocked it out of my mind. Like, I watched it and I put it into a different part of my brain. And I think that's had an effect of just Leo Woodall as a person for me.
Like, you like him, but you kind of blocked it out.
Yeah, yep.
Well, they did actors on actors with each other, and they both found out that they had auditioned for similar parts.
Yeah.
Which would make a ton of sense.
Totally.
Nicholas auditioned for
White
Lotus. And then Leo Woodall auditioned for something that Nicholas did.
Mary and George.
And so which makes sense. Like, they're running in the same circles of auditions. British guys.
Around the same age.
Yeah. Similar looks, kind of. Like, I think that makes a ton of sense that they'd be auditioning for the same type of stuff.
Absolutely. All of these, the actors on actors are great. They're long, a lot of them. So it's like, it takes time to go through every single one if you watch the full things. But they're clipped and shared on TikTok nonstop. I've seen so many clips of them. I know one that, like, Kristen Wiig and John Hamm are really cracked. Like, some people, obviously, they know each other more, so they have more of a rapport They can joke. It's funny. They have, you can tell they like almost have inside jokes. So you're on the outside of, but watching them talk about it is great. And then there's ones that you're like, wait a second, what is this connection? Like people freaked out about Kim Kardashian being on it. And Chloe Savini, but Chloe kind of came to Kim's defense because everyone was like, she's not an actor. But she is.
Now she is, yeah.
Like, sorry. She's on a hit television show. That qualifies her as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you think she's a good actor or not, up to you. But she can wear the actor. She can put that in her bio.
She can. On her resume, she has something to add to that.
Exactly.
There was a very sad clip that went around.
I saw this a million times.
That was Jennifer Aniston.
And Quinta Brunson,
And they asked Quinta to ask Jen what it's like rewatching Friends now. And Jennifer Aniston starts crying immediately. And she's like, it's because, and then Quinta's like, I know.
Yeah.
And she's like, we don't have to talk about it. Like, whatever.
I thought Quinta handled that very well.
Of course. And it just was like shady of them to do because it was like, by asking, I feel like that question could have been asked differently.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that it was asked, it was like, how does she feel about watching it now?
Yeah.
Like you could maybe ask like, how does it feel to hear and see so many people watching Friends, like now getting on the Friends train or whatever, a different way to word it. But like to be like, how do you feel watching it now? It's like, obviously, not fantastic given what recently happened with Matthew Perry passing away.
Yeah.
So that was obviously very sad.
Yeah, definitely. And, she got emotional. She definitely tried to laugh it off a little bit. It was probably what, Matthew Perry would want in that sense. But, they said, we're approaching the 30th anniversary. And Jennifer Aniston was like, which is so crazy because I'm 30.
Yeah.
Which, I thought was, a cute spin and just kind of obviously trying to laugh a little bit while thinking about it because it's got to be very, very emotional.
Extremely. So, I'm sure she knew at some point that would come up, given the circumstance, but still sad in general. And a nice pair up, though. I think Quinta and Jennifer Aniston was a good pair up.
They did a great job with all of them. I feel like
I'm excited to watch more of it because they are long, and so we haven't gotten to watch all of them. And I'm
excited.
So seen bits and pieces, but always interesting tidbits that come out of these. And that wraps up the topics for today's episode.
This Weekly Watch report is brought to you by Coors Light. The perfect summer playlist may be elusive, but one thing for sure, it gets better when it's enjoyed with a cold Coors Light. Because music plus Coors Light equals chill amplified. Coors Light is the only choice when you're ready to choose chill. So when you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. It's the perfect time, especially in the summer when you're blasting your favorite music. You're sitting outside. Maybe you're at the beach, the pool, on a walk. You got your headphones in. It's a beautiful day. You're enjoying your favorite music. And that just inspires you to choose chill and crack open an ice cold Coors Light like this one right here. I'll crack this one open. I also have some Coors Light at home right now. We have I've had the traditional can in my hand, but there are the really cool music limited edition cans right now that you can find in stores from Coors Light. So amplify your chill this summer with Coors Light. Choose chill. Choose Coors Light. Go to CoorsLight.com/summermusic to see how Coors Light can amplify your summer. And be sure to keep an eye out on Coors Light's social handles all summer long for more exciting announcements. So celebrate responsibly. As always, from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Welcome back to the Weekly Watch Report, where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday. 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 All right, let's talk about the things we watched this week. I watched a new show on Peacock called Love Undercover,
I've been wanting to press play on that.
and it is about
I love the concept.
it's about star football players, soccer players,
Football?
the soccer players that are famous in other countries that are going undercover to find love, because they think that people just want to date them because they're famous soccer players, have millions of followers, lots of money, Rolexes, the whole thing. And they want to find girls that don't want that. Although they cast girls who are very into people with money.
Yeah.
So, there's girls on the show that are like,
But that's got to be the point, right? Like to throw.
and they care
Yeah.
about jobs and they care about money.
Yeah, exactly.
And
because then you get to see their true colors because
Yeah.
they get to be obnoxious.
Right.
Because they think these guys are like plumbers and then they,
yeah. So I'm 2 episodes in, or maybe 3. It's like I'm not loving it, but I'm not turning it off because I like the first reveal. I got to the first reveal of because they go on more. Like it's not like over. Like they
How are they undercover? Like, do they wear a disguise?
No, like they literally just don't know who they are because the girls are from America and they're from a different country. But kind of bold to assume they wouldn't know who they are because one of the guys like is very like his Marco. I forget his last name, but like I was like, oh, I've seen him before.
But like, would you really,
But like,
know?
I guess
would you
like,
know?
in that context,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But now that I know, I know.
I also
Marco
don't think like
Fabian.
if it
Yes.
was somebody that was telling you he gave you you're meeting him on a dating show and he's giving you a totally like maybe you're like, oh, this guy kind of looks familiar, but you're probably not like
Right, this is him.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
And some of the girls like talk about like how they like soccer, so that was interesting. And the first group, like, I mean, I don't want to give like too many away, but like it's not just one group of girls, like they date multiple groups of girls. So like the first group, the first uncovering I saw wasn't very like pow.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, oh my God. Like one girl was like kind of mad.
Oh.
And then the other girl was like laughing. Like it wasn't like this big
yeah.
reveal.
Right. Because it's tough because they are obviously well known and like they're known in their respective sports and maybe in their respective countries, but they're not like in some crazy disguise and they're mega famous.
Yeah.
And like they're in like movie prosthetics and stuff.
Yeah.
And they take them off and
then it's Justin
and they're
Bieber.
like, holy fuck, like it's Neymar. Like it's
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like it's like
and one of the
yeah.
girls, like her crush was Neymar. Like who's your celebrity crush? And hers was Neymar. And like,
Yeah.
like one of the guys has like so many pictures with him because like whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a big reveal.
Right,
so
right,
I'm
right.
not
That's-
like
yeah.
I'm giving it like a C minus.
Okay.
Maybe a D.
Ugh.
Like I'm not like totally loving it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I watched like I can't remember if I watched the 3rd episode, but I definitely watched the first 2. But I think maybe I watched the 3rd. Kardashians.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all caught up. First 3 episodes.
First 3 episodes are out. I watched the
Yes.
first 2, I think.
First 3. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it feels like there's not crazy drama happening, so it's really just family dynamics.
It's just an easy
Yeah.
watch. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. I'll give it a B. I'll give
Yeah.
Kardashians a B. Easy, solid watch. Like to know what they're up to. I put on the first episode of Perfect Match. I hate this show.
I'm pumped to watch Perfect Match. I love this show.
Really.
I loved the first. I mean, I haven't watched the second season. I love the first
The
season.
same thing happened with me with the first one.
Yeah.
Where I went to watch it, turned it on, said, I don't like this show. I'm turning it off. Try it again with this one.
Same thing.
Same thing. Like, I think for me, there's nothing at the end of this. It's like, oh, the winners will go on like an all expenses vacation.
Yeah.
It's like there's no money.
Right.
There's no like when like it's like I'm like, what is the point of this
Yeah.
show? Like
It also is tough because it was filmed so long ago.
that was another thing. It's like I know how this ends up.
Yeah.
And
Yep. Yep.
so that was another thing. I'll also give Perfect Match a C minus, which I know is like a lot of people love this show. I know that's like a not common opinion. but there's something missing for me in that show.
Well, yeah, it's because there's not a single genuine person on it.
No, there's nothing like enticing me. Like I know they're all there for fame.
Yeah, like there's no belief. Granted, I have not watched the second season, but from what I watched on the first season, there's no like genuine love connections being made.
No, they're all
It's
they
all to stay on the
just want to
show.
be famous.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know that because there's no
It's really
there's
it's
no
very,
prize.
Yeah, it's
They're
very
literally
transparent.
like, oh, here you go on vacation.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Summer House reunion, which we've kind of talked about, I think, a little bit.
No,
Which no, I guess maybe we
didn't talk about it at all. It aired Thursday night.
Right.
I mean, we talked. Paige kind of alluded to some of
Yes.
it, but we had not seen it.
We hadn't seen it. Right. Summer House reunion. It's like, I don't know how many times we could say the same thing. Thank God Carl and Lindsay didn't get married.
Yeah.
Thank God they didn't get married.
Yep.
I think the main part of this was the West and Ciara dynamic,
Yep.
which I think everyone was disappointed to see how West ended up in this reunion.
Yep.
And I just got to give props to Ciara because I felt like instead of succumbing to the pressure of society at times, she kind of held her own and was like, listen, I don't give myself up very easily, which I think I'm like so proud of her for like holding her own and like saying how she feels, because I feel like it's easy to like I said, like succumb to the pressure of society, and like Ciara could act like she doesn't care and she whatever, but like she does care, and I think it's cool of her. Like I think her like standing up for herself and acknowledging all of that, and she honestly looked very sad. Like I just felt bad for her because she did reveal that they did end up sleeping together.
Yeah. I think
And
her
then-
worst fears came true. So I think she was sad about it again. I think she
Right.
felt like potentially used again.
Right. It's like they ended up sleeping together in the fall, and then what happened? It ended.
Yeah.
Or he ended it because his reasoning was so far out there.
Yeah, I mean,
It
he
was like,
seems extremely immature still.
I feel like honestly, if he just said like him tossing it up to the Bravo audience being all women and like having these appearances and blah blah blah, like was such a cop out. If he got up there and said, "Hey, listen, after dating and getting to know each other and hanging out, I realized that maybe I didn't like you as much romantically as I maybe thought that I would." That happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're allowed to like
yeah, but I don't even know if that was the case.
No, I know, but I'm saying
Yeah.
that if that was the case, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. That is allowed. You're allowed to end up not liking somebody and then not wanting to pursue a romantic relationship further, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if he went more of that route, like, which maybe that's not how he feels. Maybe he really did like Ciara and he just ended it because of that.
He could
But
have
if
said that, and then Ciara could have been like, "Okay, well, you told me all this stuff."
Right,
Like,
exactly. But if he ended up realizing, oh, she's not the one for me, that's a little different. But it was all of the excuses, what he said, like about, it was such a cop-out. And it was kind of like, okay, then why did you bring her to a wedding? Why did you bring her to your brother's house? Why did you meet the parents? Like,
Yeah.
all those things that you would think when you really like someone, you do.
And you think it's leading to something more serious.
And you definitely don't think it's just a talking situation when you're going to all those things. You're like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah.
Like meeting the parents, going to a wedding, you know, all these things. If I was Ciara, I'd also think that we were going to enter a relationship. So
I think at the end of the day, when he finally said, I was worried about just being known as Ciara's like man
he said puppet.
puppet, yeah, that was the reason. I think that like he like didn't want to reveal that, and he finally did. And I think that because at the core of that is his ego and him not like him going on a TV show and being so afraid of being known as just like, oh, Ciara's little boyfriend, instead of like
Yeah.
cool, funny guy West, like that he was so insecure about that he couldn't let that be the truth.
Yeah, what an insecure man you have to be.
Yeah, it's incredibly insecure, and even like you tell, his parents were giving him shit for it. Like they were like, you're gonna look like an asshole. Like it's very clear that everybody else could see it, and it was like that was his worry, that he was gonna be on. Like that's your biggest worry, is you're gonna be on TV and be known as this stunningly gorgeous, beautiful woman's boyfriend. Like you should be so lucky, and that's kind of what Paige was saying too. It's like he was so locked into the fame aspect of it, and being known as like, and sure, grant whatever you want to be known as your own guy, fine, but like you can do that also in a relationship, and you don't. If they came off the show and said that they were in a relationship, nobody would have watched the season back when it aired and been like, oh, that's just Sierra's little boyfriend. Like that, we would have enjoyed the season just the same and would have been happier that it worked out.
Everybody watching enjoyed Wes separately from Sierra. They just were rooting for their relationship, but everyone was like talking about funny Wes. So it was like he was never seen as Sierra's puppet. So I mean,
like why would he? I'm just like, why would he have thought that after the show? When they were done filming, this was going into December, that they were still, together and so it's like, why at that point the show, you've already filmed the show.
Right.
Everyone's going to see what they see. So now you're just worried about what people are going to say on Instagram? Like,
very.
And it's the same thing with saying like, oh, like if I go to events and like girls are talking to me, like whatever, like it's like, what, dude, what are you talking about?
Right. And they were all like
girls aren't just gonna come up and start making out with you at a lover boy party that you're at. Like,
no. And I think everybody on the cast was like, this is not a good excuse for this group. And
no,
Jesse Solomon should have kept his mouth shut.
He tried. I appreciate him trying for his friend, but you're not helping anything.
No, not
or
helping
anyone.
at all. Jesse Solomon had a good run, and it was like, right until that moment, you should have kept your mouth shut, because you can't defend this. Like whatever Wes was trying to say was just the wrong way to handle that whole situation.
Totally.
And I felt sorry for Sierra, because I felt like she really, literally her big, like, go through the fall, they sleep together, they're dating, and then all of a sudden it just, for the worst excuse imaginable. Like, it's not even like, because if it was like, I don't really see us being together, and then that's different. Then she could be like, okay, he doesn't see us being together. Like, he's not the one. But when you're saying that it's for these reasons, it's like, this is the dumb, like, it's such a horrible cop-out.
It also makes me really sad for Sierra, because I think I think that keeps her in the headspace of like, well, shit, did he just want to sleep with me? Like this whole time? Like, did he have a goal?
Right.
And he worked his way up, like he got more and more serious so that he could get to that point. And then after that,
right,
it ends.
Could be the case. And if I was Sierra, I'd be thinking that way too.
Totally, I would be thinking the same way. So it was unfortunate. I mean, I loved Paige standing up for Sierra. Once again, Paige said exactly what we were all thinking.
Yeah.
When it comes to West, and I also think I saw people kind of having some thoughts for Sierra, saying like, oh, if he changed, like the door, I wouldn't. He'd have to really change for me to like rethink us working out, which is not like a crazy thing to say. I know people are like, why would you ever think about being with him again? Blah blah blah. It's like, that's hard. That's really tough. They're on a show together. They're doing all these things together. And if he did change and do all the things that she wanted him to do, maybe she would think about it. But Wes doesn't seem like he's making any adjustments for anybody. Yeah. Like, you're telling me if he's not gonna do it for Sierra, who's he gonna do it for?
He's certainly not gonna do it for somebody off the show.
Yeah,
they really won't understand with his whole narrative here.
Right. Exactly. But he did also cop to still sleeping with other girls like during the summer and all these things, which could have guessed. But,
right. Yeah. I mean, they weren't like.
Yeah.
He
obviously was just lying about it.
Right. Right. That was unfortunate. Like, he could have just told the truth about that.
Yep.
But not shocked that he didn't.
Yep. So he definitely got put in the hot seat and well deserved. Seeing like Sierra cry about it was so sad. Paige said she didn't want to cry going into this, and I feel like Sierra wants to put up such a strong front and not show that like vulnerability, especially in front of him. So that like that broke my heart a little bit. And I mean, even Kyle was crying.
I know.
I was crying a little bit, which I was like, what's going on here? But at the same time, like maybe it was just all very emotional in the moment.
It was emotional. I teared up watching it.
Yeah,
I felt so bad
I
for
know.
Sierra. I felt like I felt her emotion through the screen. So maybe that's how Kyle felt watching it. But
Yeah.
also I was like, what?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Kyle doesn't even like cry when it comes to Amanda sometimes.
Yeah.
So like, what's going on here?
Right.
Which is a whole other, I think we'll see that in the second part of the reunion. But good
Yeah.
reunion. I'll give it a B+. I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
And that's everything I watched.
I watched Kardashians as well, but I only watched episodes 1 and 2. I'll give that a C+. It's something I turn it on and I'm not even really paying that much attention, to be honest. Summer House, I'll give an A-. It was good. I thought it was good. And
Geek Girl?
Geek Girl, I watched all of Geek Girl per your recommendation. Adorable.
Yay.
Adorable show. I'll give it a B. Like it was cute. Loved the Tales all the time.
Mm-hmm. Will they, won't they?
Also like modeling or high school,
Mm-hmm.
just famous dreams, or just being a
Be a normal
gal in high school, trying to do both, but you can't.
You just can't.
You just can't. Mean bullies in this
Really
show.
mean. Really frustrating to watch.
I know. I did not like that group.
When I watch shows like and there's bullies in the show, I get so mad.
What was her name? Lexi?
Yeah.
Something in the Olives?
Yeah, it just was like, I get
like,
so
ugh.
mad as if it's happening in real
I
life.
know. My favorite was, now I'm spacing on his name.
Wilbur?
The Wilbur, yes, Wilbur. Great character.
Great character.
I loved Wilbur because I also felt like, a show about the modeling world can be a little tough these days. I feel like people are very critical of that whole world and realm and everything. And he was like a good advocate for her. Like he had her back, which I liked.
Totally.
It was like nothing. They weren't all business people like the head lady.
Yeah, you had the mean lady, but then you had the nice guy.
Exactly. Loved him. Nick, adorable.
Nick Park.
Super cute. They're just both geeks at heart. Really,
Yeah, really.
they're
That's
really
what
just.
that's what he loves
yeah,
about her.
Exactly. She's stunning.
Yeah, to fit the mold perfectly.
Yeah, totally. So it was very cute. I and also said easy watch. I think I watched it in a day and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Like it's they're like those quick 10 episode, but 30 minutes. So I enjoyed it. I thought that was really cute. I caught up on Real Housewives of New Jersey, except for not last night's episode, because Sunday night Bravo's tough for me. I don't care what show is on Sunday night. I want it during the weeknights. I don't want Sunday night. I want a weeknight.
Agreed.
So I have yet to watch that one, but the last stuff I saw was the sit down, the bougie brunch.
Mm-hmm.
They have a problem. These women fucking hate each other.
I got to catch up.
These women
I watched the
fucking
first 3.
hate
2.
each other. Jennifer and Teresa, they hate Margaret. Margaret hates them. They're picking sides. Rachel hates her. Like there's just Melissa. Like there's just so much
Hate
in the mix, and there really is. So they can't all be in the same room together.
No.
They can't all be in the same room together. You can't have a show where they can't have one meal without somebody storming off.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be a problem. I will give New Jersey I'll give it a B-. We're in it's fine, but it can be kind of tough to watch because at some points you're just like, God, are they ever gonna start
Yeah.
not screaming at each other? Or I don't know. So yeah. What else did I watch? I think that's pretty much everything. Kardashians. Oh, Love Island UK is back.
Yeah, it is.
I know that the first few episodes are on Hulu, I believe now. If you are like me who cannot wait, I'll watch on my laptop with a VPN. I know people will ask. I use ExpressVPN. I pay for it. I have the subscription.
Yeah.
I pay for an ITV membership so that I can go on to ITV on my Google Chrome and be on the VPN and load the new episodes when they come out. I'm up to, when did I leave? Friday. So Thursday's episode is as far as I've gone. I've not caught up on this weekend's, but if you're like watching on Hulu, kind of ish. I feel like Hulu is a little faster this season. It's only been 1 week, and those episodes are already out. Normally they're behind like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's great for the Hulu watchers out there. They always try and like start off the season with a bang, right? It's like an ex or somebody comes in. They brought in Joey Essex, who I know is a big deal. I don't know too much about him, but he's a big UK reality star. I saw Girl Boss Town make a TikTok. She was like, I've not watched Joey Essex, but I know it's the equivalent of like Pauly D or like Scott Disick going on a reality dating show.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that I felt like that was a fair comparison. He's interesting because he's somebody who's obviously very famous already, so he knows like he gets girls whenever he wants and blah blah blah, but he's here for love and all these things. It's like, okay,
sure,
buddy.
Yeah.
Obviously other girls are gonna freak out. There was one, he seems nice, but there was one moment, and this isn't like a spoiler, I've seen it on TikTok a bunch too, but it's fine. But there's one moment, there's one girl who's like she's a dancer, she does musical theater, like that stuff. They're off chatting, and he's like, come on, like do a little dance for me. And I was like, oh, I do not like that. I do not like that one bit. He's sitting in his chair, he's sitting back, do a little dance for me, honey. I'm like,
Sweetheart.
Where? And she did, and she's
Oh
like,
my
yeah, I'm like, this
God.
is so
I can't
uncomfortable
wait
to
to
watch.
watch.
Another spin is the Hideaway is like open, so anybody can like just go in the Hideaway, when they please. So there's been some chats happen in the Hideaway that are pissing people off. I'm excited. I'm excited for some. I'm not like fully in love with the original cast. I'm hoping that they bring in some new
That always
people.
happens, though, I feel like.
I really like the new girl that they just brought in. She seems cool. Because the girls are very, like 4 of them are really similar to me. Just even like appearance wise, you know? They got to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm sure there's been some recouplings that I've missed that I'm excited to see. But Love Island UK, not a super hot start for me. I'll give it a B+.
Okay.
Because normally Love Island
It's
UK
always
lives
gonna-
in an A for me all the time.
It's going to get better.
Yeah, definitely. And that is everything I watched.
How about you, Noah?
I didn't watch much this week. Well, actually, I kind of did, but I didn't watch a lot of different things. I watched the entirety of the show Eric on Netflix. It's with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, I keep seeing that. Yeah.
It's weird. Like, it's very weird. But if you get past the weirdness of it, it actually is, like, pretty good. Because his character is kind of, like, I'd say schizophrenic. So there's, like, characters that aren't real. One being, like, he's a puppeteer. That's his job. And so there's this, like, monster whose name is Eric, who, like, he's seeing but doesn't really exist. But it's good. There's only 6 episodes.
It's quick.
Quick. I'll give it a B.
Okay.
Solid.
Dark Matter. That's probably my favorite show right now.
That's really good, right? I see people talking about
yeah,
this.
I think it's really good. I mean, depending on
That's
like what you
on
like.
Apple TV.
Apple TV, Joel Edgerton.
Not to be mistaken.
With
Yeah.
with Rocket
Although
Man.
I'm sure he would be good in it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes you think. Just like the whole multiverse type deal. I'll give that a B+. And then I watched Hitman yesterday.
I really want to
Movie.
watch.
I want to watch that
Yeah.
too.
The thing is, it's like I heard mixed reviews. At first, I just heard it was really good, and then
Yeah.
I heard people saying like, "Oh, well, like I thought it was great." Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I think I didn't really know what it was about other than the name, so I actually did think it was like he was a legit hitman. And then so when he wasn't, I was like, "Oh, maybe this is why people are disappointed." But I thought he was great and like cool story. And I don't know her name, but I'm in love with her now.
It's
Um,
she's very like new, and I wouldn't say new, but she's gonna be huge.
Adria Arjona.
She could be Adria
Yeah.
Arjona.
But they had great chemistry, and it was also funny. So I'll give that a B+.
That's a good score. Glenn Powell, people are absolutely loving Glenn
He's
Powell
like,
these days.
I mean, he got the Twister movie coming
I mean,
out.
I've seen a lot of articles. Like, he's doing so many profiles, and it's all like the summer of Glenn Powell.
yeah, people are eating up Glenn Powell.
Yeah, if you could either be Glenn Powell, where you get a whole summer to yourself, or you could be with the rodents.
Thankfully, he's not thrown in with the rodents.
I just recently connected that he was in The Dark Knight, which like
Yeah.
I'm like I had no idea. I'm like he's been around for so long.
He has been. He.
Oh, I knew
he's
I
put
saw
in the work.
I
Yeah.
knew I saw her name somewhere too, because apparently she is dating Jason Momoa.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
That's why I saw like a week ago it was like Jason Momoa's new girlfriend, Adria. I don't know. It could be.
Damn.
Yeah.
Would you think you had a shot?
No, just like Jason Momoa. Like how old is he?
Jason Momoa was not as old as you think.
44. He's 12 years older than her. I'm only 4 years younger than her.
Yeah,
yeah, you got it,
one and
Noah.
the same.
You and Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I mean if that's her type, I guess I don't have a shot.
Oh man, I want to watch that though.
It's good. Yeah.
I'll watch anything Glenn Powell's
He's
in to support
funny.
him.
I
And
agree.
it's
funny.
and it's cool because like
He is
do you
very
know
funny.
like about like who he plays? You know anything about it?
No.
Because he just has to. He basically is a fake hitman, so he tries to like get these people who are trying to hire hitmen arrested. So he plays all these different characters. So it's funny, like ridiculous characters.
Yeah. I've seen. I knew like the premise.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to watch.
Also, I didn't
because
realize
now
that
it's on Netflix.
Richard
Yeah.
Linklater was the director.
Yeah. Yep.
But solid movie.
He was stoked about working with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's had this movie in the works for a while. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And I also like when the credits came up, it was written by Richard Linklater and Glenn Powell, which I didn't
Yeah.
know that Glenn Powell is.
I saw Glenn talk about how Denzel Washington gave him some
I saw that
advice
too.
where he was like, basically just like, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, don't look in other people's lanes. Like, only look at your lane.
Yeah.
Because I guess like when he was starting off, and look at where he is now. You know.
Even just getting advice from Denzel Washington. Like,
Right. That's you know.
Like if you're talking to Denzel.
That's gonna motivate you in
Yeah.
any way.
Yep.
But happy for Glenn Powell.
Same.
Good for you, Glenn.
It is the summer of Glenn.
Yeah.
You go, Glenn.
Powell. All right.
Pow.
That's everything we watched this week. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We hope you have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.